Hello? Sorry, I forgot to pull the mic around so I can talk to you guys. Hello. Welcome back to another live stream of This Is My Bourbon podcast. I'm Perry, I'm the host, and welcome to a very special Thursday night live stream. I am all kinds of nerd excited for Avengers Endgame. So we're going to have a little special Avengers themed episode tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, if you've never watched the show before, my name's Perry. I'm the host of not just this live stream, but also, hello Chris, all the way from Australia. But I am also the host of This Is My Bourbon podcast, wherever you find your podcast, your favorite podcast providers. So definitely check that out if you've never been around here before. Tonight, though, is a little bit different. I've never done a themed episode like this before, but I was just going, I want to talk about how excited I am for Avengers Endgame. And I figured, what better way to do that than trying to find pairings of Avengers. I'm just doing the original 6 from the first Avengers movie. Doing pairings of those characters. And, hello, Pete. I know you. But I'm doing pairings of those original 6 Avengers from the first Avengers movie in 2012, and bourbons that I think represent their personality or their character. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this. Before we get started, though, let's see. A couple of quick things. If you've not heard this week's new episode yet, please go and do that. Chad and Swan are on. We talk about journeying towards barrel-proof bourbons. And then we actually review Stag Jr. I didn't mention that in the title of the episode, unfortunately. But that is something that we did, and it was a whole lot of fun. Next week's episode, I thought that I had something a little bit more special planned, but that had to get pushed back a bit. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and this is the first that I've actually talked about it. Charles is here, Steve A is here, Brandon's here on the eve of his wedding rehearsal. Hello, my good friend Brandon. So happy Pete's here too. Yeah, Pete and I got to know each other over Whiskey Weekend at the Bourbon Inn. But of course, Brian, he's happy to do that. Brian. Anyway, next week's episode is going to be a little bit different. I've never done a format in the way that I am going to be doing next week's episode in, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be really different, and I'm not entirely sure just how it's going to go yet, but I am going to figure that out over the next couple of days and make something really cool out of it. So stay tuned for that as well. But, hello Robert Williams. I'm ready to drink some bourbon. And, like I said, I'm doing everything as I associate with the original 6 Avengers from the 2012 movie. And Christian is here. Is next week the Sarah episode? Stephen, no, that's in a couple of weeks. Joseph, you never know, man. I could be doing every episode pantsless, and you would just have no idea. But, Chris and Lil are listening. That's awesome. Hello, Australia. See here. Well, I figured what I'd do, first and foremost, is I would start with what I associate with the first Avenger, Captain America himself. And, hold on. And to finish a little bit that was in that glass. Let me clean it out. So, like I said, I went more with their personalities and less of their actual, roles as these particular superheroes. And I went in different directions with some of them. And it took me a little bit to get there. But this one with Captain America, I'm kind of excited for. So I went with Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch. There's a couple of reasons why. First and foremost, Colonel Taylor was the forerunner of a lot of bourbon. He was kind of the father of modern bourbon. And Captain America was an inspiration to so many superheroes in the Marvel Universe. So I figured, why not go back to something that is an inspiration for so many roots? And that's why I went with E.H. Taylor Small Batch. So I'll pour a little bit here. And I want to say something here too. Surprised it wasn't Eagle Rare. Steven, spoilers, Eagle Rare will be making an appearance later on. Yes, he was the first Avenger. Yeah. I understand the Kentucky Owl. I totally do. I just figured that Colonel Taylor was a kind of an appropriate fit for this. And also, look, any punks spoil Endgame for me, I'd be real mad. Because I've not seen it yet. And Matt Bailey, how old is this bottle? This is from last year, I believe. If not, I'm sorely mistaken. But anyway, I've not seen it yet. I'm not seeing it until tomorrow night. So I have a lot of time to stay off the internet. And so, yeah. I almost thought about turning off the comments tonight since I was doing this topic. And I figured it was in your all's best interest for me not to, because I love seeing the community that you guys have and everything too. So, no spoilers. No spoilers. Cheers to no spoilers. One of the things I love too about Colonel Taylor and about Captain America, I told you I'm gonna get nerdy on you with this one. Thank you, Swan. That's why you're my moderator. One of the things I like about both of them is that they have such a classic quality to them. Taylor Small Batch has all of the aspects of bourbon that I kind of anticipate. Caramel, the vanilla, the oakiness, there's some nuttiness to it too. And Captain America is always that beacon of why good guys are good and why fighting for what is right is important. If that makes sense. Is my sister in here? Text Sarah. Is Sarah really in here? I didn't see that. Anyway. I guess she is. That's awesome, Sarah. Finally found it. Oh, Iron Man's in it. Alright, well, fine. Okay, that's not too big of a spoiler. But, yeah, I just think that they both are so solid in what they do. And, you know, Captain America's always been one of my favorite superheroes and Marvel superheroes, and Taylor's been one of my favorite bourbons for a long time, too. So I figured that they went kind of hand in hand when you're talking about, you know, the starting points and icons. So, scooch this over. This daggone camera. Can't quite figure it out. Oh, Tammy's in here too. Hello, Tammy. Oh, Sarah misses you guys. That's sweet. Yeah, also, hello everybody. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to say hello to everybody just yet, but hi. I'm happy you guys are here. I don't know if somebody's here because of the Avengers tag or what, but either way, welcome. Oh, Scott's here. Hello, Robot Scott. Man, I'll tell you, there is a creaminess on the profile, on the palate, that at 100 proof you just don't always find. And I think that Taylor Small Batch is just one of the most well-rounded bourbons you could possibly find out there. It's just how it is. Dan Trout's in here. Hello, Dan Trout. Hope you're well, my friend. Joseph, I just saw your Hulk smash that like button comment. Almost spit my bourbon out. Woo! Pete, I think you found your tribe here, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be great, Steven, if somebody's like, oh, Avengers Endgame's leaked online. I'm going to watch this. It winds up just being some guy in Kentucky talking about bourbon and how he thinks that certain bourbons are like certain Avengers. It's pretty funny, actually. I'm not going to lie about that. Okay. Next pour. So I figured I'd go ahead and get this one out of the way because, as I said just a little bit ago, Eagle Rare was going to be in the mix. And this actually goes to Hawkeye, who lots of people are not always big fans of and kind of forget about a little bit. But still reliable, still solid, and still a straight shooter. And you know the whole bird thing, too. And I guess in that case I could have gone with Wild Turkey, but... Did I make a mistake? I don't think I made a mistake. I do not need a sippy cup. Who said I need a sippy cup? Christian, why do I need a sippy cup? I don't understand. Oh, I need a straw. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. I get it now. You don't know who Hawkeye is. Most people don't know who Hawkeye is. And you know what? That's okay. But if you do, and you're here, it's the first time you've ever found my channel. Welcome in. Something like that, Joseph. Yeah. Thanks, Pete. Swan's blend. Oh, that would have been great. Yeah. Yeah. Well. You know what? There's kind of a smoky nose to Eagle Rare that I've never really gotten before, or at least in this particular pour. I kind of like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you, it's solid, it's reliable, it's highly functional. There's so many opportunities for you to surprise people with it. You know, and I think that kind of embodies everything that Hawkeye is. Like, even though he's one of those more forgotten members of the Avengers, he's still kind of, you know, he always is there for you when you need him. So I think that's kind of how I find Eagle Rare, honestly. And Swan, you were saying you get a black pepper note. I kind of see that. I see a little bit of that. Let's see. Eagle Rare really has come around for me. And I always thought that, you know, here's my thing about Eagle Rare. I don't think it's worth this weird facade of allocated hype. And again, like, while it's still really solid and is a good daily drinker, excuse me, I just don't think that people who really go out of their way and pay extra money for it, sorry, Dan, I'm trying to answer your question, are doing the right thing. So, Dan, I am pretty sure that this is an 18 batch. Yep, 2018. There it is. Yes, sir. 2018 PhD. Am I saying 2017? I don't understand. Yeah. Brian, you know what? I agree with you. And I think I might change up my game a little bit here. But who's to say? We'll see. I could get in trouble drinking this. I really could. It's kind of a sneaker. If you may have a couple pours too much of this, but man, ain't nothing wrong with it. Pete can buy Eagle Rare all he wants in New York for $39. That's not a bad price at all. Yeah. Neil says that Black Widow is his weakness. Okay. All right. Like grape juice. I can see that. So for my next pour, I was thinking about Iron Man. And what's funny about Tony Stark is that he is characteristically a drunk in the comics. And a little bit in the movies, but not so much. They kind of skipped over the whole devil bottle storyline. Which is fine. So we had to kind of look somewhere else for it. And I was thinking, what is one of the big aspects of Tony Stark? It's an easy answer. He works really exclusively in manufacturing. And so I thought, what's one of the more industrialized bourbons? Or one of the bourbons, that has a more scientific approach to it. And I thought, Wilderness Trail. It's a bourbon that was founded by scientists and made by scientists and used in a very scientific process. So I figured it was as appropriate as any. And this is actually a bottle kill too. I just had like a couple ounces of that left. And this was batch B. This was the very first bottle of Wilderness Trail that I got. So that's John Edwards from Dad's Drinking Bourbon texting me right now. John. Hey, Dad's here. Yeah. I don't know if I just did that. So, Wilderness Trail, industrialized bourbon, scientific bourbon, much like Mr. Tony Stark is. Man, even for a wheated bourbon, this has a very sweet nose. It really, truly does. there's a lot of punch to this bourbon, even being a wheated product. And it's bottled in bond too. It's that classic Asian. Anyway, it's a bottled in bond product. It's a wheated as well, but it also uses a sweet mash instead of a sour mash, like most, which has to be a very meticulous process when producing bourbon. So as I was thinking about this and I was getting this together, I was like, Tony Stark is one of those characters who he works so hard at what he does to absolutely elevate himself above everybody else. And I think that Wilderness Trail is one of those distilleries that has done that, especially as a craft distillery too. I mean, they are so above and beyond what so many craft distilleries are doing. I mean, between them and New Riff, there's just not much better out there in terms of craft distilleries. So, anyway. Sorry you're lost, Chris. Need a sip of water, I apologize. Lots of love for Papa Ritter in the chat tonight. Happy he and little sister Sarah. Jason Newman's here. Hello, Jason Newman. Hardly late, my friend. The evening has just begun. There's a chocolatey note on this that I don't think I've ever gotten before either. This is such a good pour. Honestly, I'm so happy to see where the future of Wilderness Trail goes as well. And Pat Heiss is just one of the coolest people in the world, and I think that he has his head in such a great place to make good things happen. Excuse me. With Wilderness Trail. So there's only good things to come for them. Tammy, if I were any more high tech, I would have I'd have like a little thing that popped up every time I was talking about a certain character. So, it'd be like Iron Man, there's a little screenshot of Iron Man. Or Thor, a little thing of Thor would pop up too. But, it's not. Clifton, I don't think that either Wilderness Trail or Town Branch are all the way out in California just yet. But I mean, hey, when you come to the States, California is still part of the States, right? When you come to Kentucky here soon, I mean, you'll be able to do just that. So, yeah, Dad, get Mom and Dane on here. Also, I saw Chris from Australia saying I should try some when they get here. And yes. Steven, I think we could do an entire family episode. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Monica likes seeing in the cabinet. I'm a little unorganized right now. I apologize. The turkeys are mingling with the Heaven Hills and so on and so forth. I'll get reorganized over the weekend and then next week, maybe weekend of next week. I'm not entirely sure. But thank you, Monica. Mama Ritter and Dane do round off the original five. At least and Marie are part of the crew too. Chris, I don't know. Where is my 13 years RD man? That is a good question, and one that I believe you could answer as well. All right. Shall we move on to the next Avenger? Wasn't that a comic series at one point, the next Avengers? No, I'm thinking of the new Avengers. Oh. Jason, that would have been hilarious. It's amazing. Do that, with that. Oh, yeah. I know what I'm doing now. Okay. So I was going to switch this up, but I, against my better judgment, decided not to. But so, let me be honest with you. Black Widow was a real tough one for me. I was having a hard time trying to figure out who Black Widow, or what Black Widow reminded me of in a bourbon. And I think that, I was told a couple of times, do Widow Jane, that's the obvious choice, I think. But, I don't have Widow Jane. So I thought of what is her character like? And I was thinking that she was a spy, right? She sneaks up on people. She creeps up on people. So I went with something that is an easy drinker, but is still kind of high proof, and you can get in trouble with if you're not careful. So I went with this Knott Creek single barrel store pick from the folks over at the Speakeasy, Wisconsin, in their super sexy Milano. But I almost did go with that, the Four Roses, but I don't need to stand up during this episode, so there's no way that I'm drinking vodka. Absolutely no way. Oh wow, you got to do a speakeasy. You got to do a pick with the speakeasy. That's pretty awesome. Ew. Half bourbon, half vodka? No, thank you. Sounds awful. Ugh. I do have the vodka podcast. There's that thing, like the nose is sweet and inviting. It's got a little bit of a sting to it, but nothing overly powerful. Man, get you in trouble. Oh, John, that's awesome. That's awesome. And there it is. I could have a couple pours of this. Anywhere from 2 to 4. And just kind of feel fine about it because it's such an easy drinker with so much flavor that I could totally go back for it. But before I knew it, it would just, I'd be knocked out. I mean, 100% knocked out. And dang, it's good though. And it just creeps up on you. This is a creeper. Wait. That's a sneaker. No, that's a shoe. It's a sneaker upper. Okay, there we go. That's what it is. She could be Castle and Key vodka. Oh, I could have done that. Like on a rock or something. Dang it. You know what? I know I opened this a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about how much I love it. I love it even more than I did then. Truly. It's only gotten better with a little bit of time that it's been opened up. One of the best Knob Creek picks I've ever had. I'll say it again. One of the best Knob Creek picks. So, yeah. Hello, Matt, over at the Whiskey Crusaders. I am happy that you are here as well, my friend. Hey, I think we might... Sounds kind of sad, but we might have hit a record for a number of viewers at the same time. I'm seeing 35. What are you all seeing in the chat? Yeah, this is pretty cool that you guys are all here. Brandon's gonna post pics from his wedding rehearsal tomorrow night on Patreon. What? I guess if you want to see that, it's patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Also, I believe either tomorrow or Saturday, you guys are going to be getting over on Patreon your episode, your bonus episode, which we recorded last week after I got done recording with Curtis and Swan. Let me tell you, it's a trip and a half. It's a lot of fun, though. But anyway, yeah. Knob Creek single barrel. Yeah, that color on it. Color's kind of red, like Black Widow's hair. Absolutely superb. Superb. Excuse me. Whew. Alright. Swan knows. Hey, Swan knows about that bonus episode that's coming out this weekend. Swan's going to have to do a play-by-play commentary. Yeah. Alright, so moving on to the next Avenger. This next one packs a real punch. I mean, he's strong, he's in your face, he's all about that aggressiveness. And it just seemed to be this consensus of one bourbon in particular. And I mean, how could you not go with George T. Stagg when you're talking about the Hulk? It just makes sense. It's full-bodied, it's powerful, and it's, I don't know, it sounds like I'm kind of hitting on it. But yeah, Stagg has got to be the perfect analogy for the Hulk. Drinking out of the normal glass as well. No, it is not Hazmat, Brian. It is last year's release. So, 124 points. 124.9 on this George T. Stagg. I just love this nose. George T. Stagg is kind of refined when the Hulk is not. I can see that. can see that. So maybe the Hulk would be better as a straight out of the barrel proof that hasn't been cut or filtered or, had any of that done to it. That actually would have been a pretty cool analogy, but I'm trying to appease the masses a little bit. So, the Hulk is Arctic. Superman is statesman. Just no Superman. Whew. And that stack definitely packs a punch. It's hot. I mean, it is hot on the palate. Extremely flavorful, though. It takes you on kind of a roller coaster. And I guess the one difference here, though, is that, I want to have another sip of the stag, whereas I wouldn't want to get hit by... I wouldn't want to get hit by the Hulk again. So... Anyway. Just ham is fireball. Okay. Not a big Captain Marvel. Okay, sorry. Whoa, alright, here we go. Y'all know there's two Captain Marvels? There's the DC Captain Marvel and the Marvel Captain Marvel. And Shazam, as he's now called today, was the original Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel Carol Danvers from Marvel is not the original. But there are two, and I get them confused sometimes just because I refer to both of them as Captain Marvel from time to time. So... the Hulk should be everywhere. Not wrong. The Flash is vodka Red Bull. Okay, so maybe I'm going to have to do a DC episode with this at some point. I'm going to have to do that. Now that I've done this half. I'm definitely going to have to do a Justice League Bourbon episode. Alright. It's going to happen. What a funny episode this has been. I've really enjoyed this, though. I mean, I still have 20 minutes left, but still. Apparently so quick, then yeah, I do break viewer records when I mention Marvel or DC. But hey, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm happy that you guys have joined in tonight. It's been a lot of fun so far. The whole Storage stack. I'm just gonna... I'll leave it at that. Okay. So that leaves us with one Avenger. And for those of you playing along at home, you're probably hearing some music in the background. Maybe a little bit of Led Zeppelin, I'm not sure. But this leaves us with the God of Thunder, Thor. So, I was thinking about Thor. He's an old, ancient god who is multi-layered. He's got a lot of depth to him, but he's still strong. He's powerful. He's in face. And so, I thought about heritage with this particular pour. And I thought about something that's got a lot of clout, a lot of reason behind it. And I know that it doesn't really look like it based on this. But this is a sample of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This is the September 2015 release. So what I guess would now be called B515 or C915. Not entirely. Oh, C915. That's right. I have never had this before. This is a sample that was given to me by my good buddy Iverson from OBC. This is 135.2 proof. So, you know me, you know that I love an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Thor may not be my favorite Avenger, but he's certainly up there. And I figured this was as good a way as any to talk about the man himself. Man, that color is insane. It's so red. Swan 135.2 is the proof. I'm trying to Oh, great, Chris! Can't wait to try that Australian whiskey. This nose is unbelievable. It's got a savoriness to it. It has it's like a really well cooked and seasoned steak. There's a lush, like grassy, meadowy note to it on the nose as well. A caramel fudge, which is really interesting. Some oak bark, specifically like a bark that's been kind of seasoned. It smells kind of like it's been through like a rainy period as well. This is a phenomenal nose. A little bit of that kind of snickerdoodle note that I always kind of get with Elijah Craig as well. Not overly so, but it's definitely present. And I'm just, I'm ready to go for it. So, with this being my last pour for the Avengers, one of my last pours before I see Endgame, I want to say cheers to you guys for watching. Let's say cheers. I don't know if they're ever going to watch this or not, but Marvel has been a huge part of my life ever since I was, 5, 6, 7 years old, and seeing all of these great characters that I love come to life in this way, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is awesome. So, I'm so excited for Endgame. I can't wait to see it tomorrow night. In that spirit, cheers. Let's see if this September 2015 release for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof really does live up to the name of the God of Thunder for the Lord. I was right. I made a good choice with this one. So as I was taking that sip, I noticed a small note of tobacco on the nose as well. And that kind of carried into the palate too, which I really find it enjoyable. There's a little bitty hint of citrus, but mostly what I'm getting is this creamy carameliness to it with a bit of a rye punch. But then it continues with what I've really been enjoying about the nose, with it being like floral and tea, while still maintaining some of those really great flavors. Sorry, that's the dog. Anyway, I really enjoy this, and I'm a big fan of it. And I think I made a pretty good call with this one. Anyway, yeah, something like that, Tammy. What's the craziest bourbon? I'm not sure. But anyway, this might be the best Elijah Craig barrel proof I've ever had, honestly. And I would love to maybe ISO a bottle of this at some point. So, yeah. Man, it's so good. Well, as you can probably see, there's a little bit of time left. You say the dogs are acting up because of my dog. Great. I apologize for that. So, I got a little bit of time left. And I figured I would do something bonus. Do a little bonus. Or maybe not a bonus. So you could kind of say that there's a 50-50 chance that what I'm about to do, like a half and half chance that what I'm about to do could turn out good. Could turn out bad. But there's a chance that it could be really good. And this isn't necessarily in the spirit of Thanos, who destroyed half of the population in the universe. But it's the same kind of concept. So I'm gonna do a quick little first crack of bourbon that I picked up today. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm pretty excited for it, though. This is a pick of Russell's from a shop called Wine and Market here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is another Camp Nelson barrel. So, Bottle Chugs 101 to fill time. Swan, I got that gift set from 101 that you brought me. So, I mean, I could. I'm going to. I could. But Joseph, I already did some electric. Stanley's Old Granddad 114. That's a great call. Oh man, I should have gone with a Stanley tribute. Dadgummit. Sorry, guys. Well, regardless, the nose on this is fantastic. So far I'm 1 for 1. I'm simplifying my review system down to a 4 out of 4, I guess, instead of a 20 out of 20. Nose is great. I definitely wouldn't snap my fingers and get rid of it. And the palate's phenomenal as well. You know, we were talking on this week's episode about how Camp Nelson barrels seem to have more of a dusty turkey vibe to them. And this is definitely another instance of that. Man, that is one of the most complex and deepest bottles of Russell's Reserve single barrel that I've ever had. So, look, I'm going to say that this one survived Thanos' snap. I'm going to say that. But, very good. Very good hit from Wine Water. Stanley is Elmer T. Lee. I could see that. Yeah. Nick Fury's Booker's 30th. Yeah, I can totally see that as well. How does the Northern Glass compare to the Glencairn? I think I prefer the Glencairn. I really do. I think that there is a good virtue behind the Northern Glass. But I think the Glencairn is really where it's at. That's just me, though. It's just me. But what is also me is me signing off for the night. I'm tired, and I gotta rest up so I can go see Avengers Endgame tomorrow night, which I'm super excited for. And I'm just so happy that you guys were here for this really fun and different episode. And just want to say thank you all so much, as I always do every single week. If you've not already, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, share the video as well, get more people watching. That really does help me out. You can go and follow me on social media at bourbon1492 on pretty much all social media channels. And then the show itself, you can follow at my Bourbon Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let's see what else. You can send questions or comments to thismybourbonshop@gmail.com. Give a 5-star rating review on iTunes. That really does help us become more visible to people so that they can find the show a little bit easier. Let's see what else. bourbonshop.threadless.com. A couple of new designs up there that you can get on shirts and bags and rugs and mugs and cats and bats and hats, and none of those last 3 things just yet. But anyway, bourbonshop.threadless.com is where you can find all of our apparel and merch. Let's see what else. The big one, of course, is patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. For as little as $1 a month, you become a patron of the show, which really does help me out. Again, that's patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Some people have been asking too about PayPal because I'm not yet doing Super Chat here on YouTube. and it helps me to get more money if you are interested in doing that as well. A link to that can be found in the description of this episode. That about does it for me. I just want to say thank you all so much for hanging out. Oh, I'm so excited for Endgame, y'all. You don't even understand. I will see you next week. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is my Bourbon Podcast Livestream. Cheers, y'all.